Hi, everybody. Craig here. Welcome to episode 7 of my 4-player free-for-all Age of Wonders 4 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing as Straelak Soulreaper, and I'm leading the human Hollowkin. For more information on the characteristics and specifications of my leader and my race, please check the video description. In our last episode, we continued our battle against Kaer Enchanter, and we've now successfully assimilated the city of Redfjorn, which was the former throne city of Kaer, and we're trying to figure out where Kaer's remaining forces are, and I think we kind of know. If we take a look underground here, you can see we've located the city of Safeward, and that's right underground here. So if we jump back up, we can go through this underground passage, and we've got our new hero here, Sarah Thorncrow, leading a pretty decent stack of units that we're going to send underground and see if we can maybe lay siege to the city and potentially eliminate Kaer from the game if at all possible. Although we don't want to, count our chickens before they hatch. We have to be very careful because, of course, Kaer is still a very legitimate threat to us. And we're also working on just kind of getting Redfjorn up and running, trying to ensure that we, take advantage of our new city and continue to kind of keep the ball rolling. Of course, we have our other two opponents still to deal with here, and I believe one of them is currently in the Void. Let's go take a look. Yeah, so Terran Tinkermane is currently in the Void, so that's we'll check this out here in a minute, but I believe that a few of my opponents have been fighting behind the scenes. We really haven't been privy to it, but that's most likely what's been going on. Now, before I jump into the episode proper, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from David Houston. David pointed out that in the battle where I was using my bone golems, which is most of the battles, but I don't remember exactly which battle it was, but there was an opportunity. I think it was actually when I was fighting the brigand units over here with Sarah's stack, and I ended up losing one of my bone golems just due to the amount of damage it took. The important point here that's being pointed out by David is that these bone golems, and I kind of forgot about this, but they do have an ability called Consume Corpse, and this is a way to gain 30 temporary hit points, which is pretty solid when you think. I mean, they've got 76 total hit points. That's almost half of their total health that they're able to gain as temporary hit points from consuming a corpse. And it's actually a free move. You can see it doesn't even require any action points. So that would be a great way to just gain some extra health. And I really haven't been taking advantage of that at all. So that might have actually saved that bone golem from death. So I appreciate David reminding me of that ability. Again, I feel kind of silly for not using it more so far. But moving forward, we're going to be doing that. So thank you to David for that one. David also mentioned that getting some soul wells would be a great way to improve my soul income. Now, a soul well, if I remember correctly, is a... Let's just see here. It's one of the upgrades that are potential to build on your provinces here. So, yeah, here would be one. So, it's a special province improvement. And you can see here it provides +3 souls, +3 mana per adjacent research post or conduit, and it counts as a research post. So that would be a decent option just to gain more souls to really help me continue to build my army and build my forces, because souls has been a very useful currency for me, especially for recruiting the undead, obviously. David also suggested that the underground passage, which I've been kind of just gone through with Straelak's group, let's just hop underground here. Here we go. So Straelak, I was able to clear out this gold vein, and we've got a forbidden shrine over here, which is a silver ancient wonder. Now, this could be a really good spot to put down an outpost, and I think that's a really good idea from David there. It might be a great way to bring in this forbidden shrine and really reap its benefits once, of course, I'm able to clear it. So I really like David's suggestion to do that, and I haven't yet built an outpost, so it'd be a great opportunity for me to try it out and make sure I'm able to kind of figure out that process. So I think that's a great one from David. Of course, the caveat is I have to clear out the shrine first, and hopefully we're strong enough with Straelak's group to do that. We might want to heal up a little more before we try that, but we'll have to see. First things first, though, we got to take a look at what's actually in the shrine to know if we're even able to handle it. David also suggested that it'd probably be worth trying to boost my relationship with Sorcerer's Solace, which is one of those free cities. So let's just go up to the diplomatic overview here. and take a quick look. So if we go to our free cities here, you can see we have Sorcerer's Solace. We'll have that Pact of Cooperation in 26 turns, which is quite a ways off. So it's highly likely that someone else might beat me to having a better relationship with them before I'm able to. So it would probably be a good idea for me to try to expedite this process. So to do that, I could certainly try and boost the allegiance. The only problem, of course, is Imperium is at a bit of a premium right now, and I was maybe a little bit more loosey-goosey with it earlier, thinking, oh, it's, maybe I want to save gold. But now I'm really thinking that Imperium is probably one of my most precious resources that I need to make sure I'm trying to make really good choices with it and how I allocate it. So anyway, I think I will try to do that eventually and try to move towards that Pact of Cooperation. I've already given them the Whispering Stone, obviously, but 26 turns is not going to be a great turnaround time for that. You can see Bellstar, same thing here, 35 turns though. So this one I'm probably going to consider maybe removing the stone and actually using it on one of my own cities. But Sorcerer's Solace, I think, is worth pursuing. Let's just see here. We have some comments from Death up next. Death pointed out that with Bone Golems, it's probably better to attack rather than use them defensively. And this goes kind of along with the other comment about using Consume Corpse. So if we take a look, going back to the Bone Golems, again, they have Charge Strike, and this makes sense as they're considered a shock unit, which really is meant to be used offensively, right? Their whole kind of stick, their niche is that a shock unit has a charge attack which counters shield units, but it can be countered by polearm units. So if I'm up against these really defensive shield types, I should be exploiting the Bone Golems and throwing them in really aggressively using Charge Strike. And then as they take damage, I could potentially try to heal them a bit using the Consume Corpse. And that's a really good point. And, the nice thing about being offensive with the Bone Golems is I could probably tie up archers as well and then force them to either, not attack or move off and take an attack of opportunity and then attack that way, in which case I'm getting some good damage. So really good point from Death. And Death also pointed out, as I mentioned, I really need to try to increase my Imperium income because I have a lot of good upgrades, which we'll take a look at in a little bit here, but I don't have enough Imperium at the moment, so we're going to have to figure out a good way to do that. I'm really not sure what the best way to improve my Imperium income is, but we're going to keep our eyes peeled, and anything we can do to salvage or increase our Imperium or save it in any way, we're going to try to do. The next comment here is from Devin Larson. Devin pointed out that in the diplomacy menu, I can actually see what my opponents are doing in regards to each other. And this is in reference to a comment I made in the last episode where I was wondering, since Terran is in the void, I assumed that meant that my opponents were at war with each other. So let's actually see if we can find out. So here you can actually see, turns out that Terran is currently at peace with all of the other opponents. So you can see here as a declaration of friendship with Kaer, has a declaration of rivalry with Iska, so it's possible that they may have been at war with each other previously. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it certainly seems like it was probably Iska and Terran that may have been fighting each other if they were in fact fighting. That would be my hypothesis, at least at this point. But I'm glad to be able to do this and kind of see what's going on. So here you can see Kaer is at war with me, obviously, which makes sense, and then is in peace situation with these two. So that's very cool. I'm glad I can do that. You can also kind of see the rankings of how I'm doing compared to everybody else. So overall, I'm in third place behind Iska and Terran, with Kaer being at the bottom. Military ranking, I'm actually in second place, which is great. Expansion, I am third. Magic, I'm in second. That's great. And then economy, I'm third. So not a surprise, the highest level AI, which they are, the highest difficulty, probably are able to outpace me pretty well in a lot of areas. So I'm trying to make up for that. And then another comment here from Devin was to pull in another province at the throne. So I can actually annex another province, and I missed this entirely. But here you can see it. So maybe this is a great place to start here. I'm just going to say, I just want to double check. There was one other comment here from Raphael Malcarn, and Raphael pointed out that, I don't necessarily have to use my Whispering Stones on the free cities. I can always apply one to my own city, and doing so would give me a boost to stability. And that's actually a great point, and I had kind of alluded to it earlier, where probably not worth keeping that stone with the free city I have less chance of making a good relationship with. So I'll probably pull that back and apply it to my own cities. So as always, a huge thank you to everybody for the excellent comments and suggestions. I really appreciate it. Again, tons of good insight there. So let's take a look at what Devin had pointed out here, which is that I have a annexable province here in the Throne City. So for Thorndusk, I noticed that we now have a couple of areas that can bring in a research post here or a conduit. We have a tranquility pool here, which would be amazing to bring in. So let's see now, a conduit. What does that do exactly? I just want to know if it'll let me. Here, conduit. Claims the province expands the domain. It doesn't really say much more about it. I guess it gives me some mana income. Let's take a look here at our buildables and see what would be best for... Okay, so if we wanted arcane battlements, for example, we could boost it by building a conduit. We already have a quarry. Our armory needs 3 quarries, but it needs 2 foresters, which we don't have. The monolith does require a conduit, so that might be worth. And then here we need 2 research posts for our Scholars Guild. So maybe what we do... Let's see, does having an extra research post boost anything? Or it doesn't look like it, so we're not going to get any boosts out of either structure. But it would probably be a good idea to get one of them. Even just to be able to have access to the Scholars Guild would be good, and the monolith. Interrogation dungeon, we would need 2 farms. The granary, we would need 2 foresters. So having another forester would probably be a good idea. But you know what? I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab a research post here on the Tranquility Pool, and that would just give us 25 extra research income, which is huge. And then I can probably build a conduit maybe on the next annexable province on this one here. So let's go with the research post right there. And then we have a Tranquility Pool acquired. So that means now we have some additional magic materials coming in. Let's see. Unique global effect. Researching spells cost 10% less knowledge. Oh, that's fantastic. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let's see what else we can do here. So our free city can be integrated. Next up is Pact of Integration, but of course that's going to cost us quite a bit of Imperium, which I don't want to spend on that at the moment. So we're going to hold off. We have orders required for Ceres group. Now we were going to probably clear out the Brigand camp, I think. That was kind of the goal. Or actually, I think we already did that, but it says recovering. The infestation will reinforce its patrolling armies in 0 to 3 turns. Well, that's interesting. I thought we could clear this thing out, but maybe we can't. Because I think we already did that battle. Let's see here. Now, if we look at it, infestation spawner. Infestation. Let's see if it says anything about if we can clear it out. Several states will indicate each state will take several turns. Destroying the infestation spawner will clear the infestation, grant the destroyer great rewards based on tier and size. So, several states take several turns to achieve. Controlling, invasion, recovering. So that's where it's currently at. Maybe I didn't use my troops effectively to clear it out. You know what? Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll head back over there. Let's see, is there a... There we go. Okay, that's what we needed to do. So I must have just missed stepping onto it. Let's see, Wand of Provocation. All right, well, we'll take those. Let's open our hero screen and just see if I remember how to do that. Hero overview. Yeah, I think there it is. Spec. There we go. Okay, so we've got some empty slots here. We could put the wand... Grants a 90% chance of inflicting taunted on target enemy for 3 turns. All right, yeah, let's throw that on there. Perfect. Nice. We got some good production in there as well. I'm assuming that went to Thorndusk. Nice. So we finished what we were working on. That's great. Structure-wise, now we've got the choice to build a few things. We could do a wizard tower foundation. That's good. Ooh, that's going to improve our Imperium income. Let's do that. It also improves our vision range a little bit. Yeah, let's definitely get that going. Oh, and that's going to open up a number of upgrades for the wizard tower itself, including prison cell. Nice. All right, let's get that going. So there we go. I kind of answered one of my questions, which was how do I improve my Imperium income? There's a way to at least get a little bit going. Now I see some armies over here. There's one guarding this mana node, and there's another one over here guarding a Firestone Forge. Very cool. That's a magic material. Boy, it'd be nice to get a hold of that eventually, but for now, we're just going to keep it. We want to go and see if we can get rid of Kaer out of this game, so that's going to be the priority. Seeing if we can do that. Now, let's see. Spell casting. We could probably keep working on another lesser snow spirit. I think that's probably going to be good. We're going to need more muscle, I think, if we're going to go down. A single stack's probably not going to cut it, unfortunately. That looks like it's going to do it for our turn. Let's just hop back underground real quick and make sure we've done everything we can with Straelak. Yes, we have. So we'll head over to that shrine next turn and just see if we can see what it's like. I mean, I don't know if we're going to be able to clear it or not, but we can at least take a look. I think this is a good place to end the turn. One thing, though, is I want to just go back to the Empire development. And this was a point that was made by at least a couple of different commenters here, was that the Court of Whispers is a way better upgrade than what I chose, which was this diplomatic focus. So this gives us an extra Whispering Stone, which is great. But this one gives us an extra Whispering Stone and the ability to assign Whispering Stones to other Empire's vassals to gain their tribute, which is huge. So I actually should have picked this one rather than spending the Imperium on this upgrade here. So just something to keep in mind, to always check what's available to you. I really want to grab this Rite of Forbidden Knowledge, and I'd also love to get my hands on this one, Death Magic, for the extra combat casting points per unit death or kill, which would be huge. So it's nice, too. We're also getting a bit of Astral Affinity, and we're doing all right with the Materium. Now, since I'm interested in eventually building an outpost fairly soon, this would be a good one to grab as well. They have less gold cost. They take one turn less to build, and they start with a work camp already constructed, which would be huge. And then the Astral Affinity initial upgrade is actually pretty solid here. Casting a combat spell reduces the cost of all other combat spell types by 25% for 2 turns. And since I tend to use a lot of combat spells, that could be very useful. So, yeah, we really need Imperium. That's the long story short there. All right, let's see what happens next. Oh, and I forgot to take away that Whispering Stone from the other... well, that's okay. I'll do it this turn. Oh, wow. Okay, so he's attacking our scout here. Let's see. So we've got a Stone Spirit and a Halberdier. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do that, so we're going to just turn that off. I guess we could do it manually and just surrender, maybe. That might... Oh, but they'll... You know what? They'll get experience either way, I suppose. Yeah, in Age of Wonders 3, that used to be a mechanism to avoid giving your opponent extra experience. We will... Well, let's just charge in and we'll die more heroically than just giving up. We'll try and do a bit of damage. Not that it's going to really matter. But we'll do something here at least. Oh, he barely does anything, but... Yeah, there's the bolstered defense. All right. Do your worst. Here it comes. Ouch. Oh, big ouch. Cavalry Slayer, that wasn't fun. All right, well, we will retreat back. Oh, we can't. Shoot. Is that because we're slowed? Yeah, I think so. All right, well, anyway, we'll just end this. Let's just get this over with. It's all done but the crying. There we go. All right, so not unexpected we lost that one, but we know at least he's got a few units popping out. Now, if we could strike out with our hero stack here and go and take them out, that would be amazing. but we can't quite make it over there in a single turn, which is unfortunate. And of course, they went right back underground, which is not really unsurprising. All right, let's see. Baneful Curse has been finished. That's good. We can select a new research choice. Okay, let's take a look. We've got Necrotic Magic. Grants attacks of enchanted units a base 60% chance of inflicting decaying, a damage over time effect that prevents the unit from gaining health. This would impact our battle mage units and our support units. Summon Corrupt Soul. This one's not bad. This is a summonable tier 3 unit. That could be really useful. Rotting Explosion. Target friendly zombie unit explodes, dealing frost and blight damage and applying decaying in a 2-hex radius. I think I might go for the Summon Corrupt Soul, honestly, just to have a tier 3 summonable unit. That's pretty solid. Let's just see, what are the upgrades here? Elite Metal, they get damage. Legend Metal Brawler. Let's do it. I'm not really sure how good these Corrupt Souls are, but I think just the ability to summon a tier 3 unit right off the hop is pretty solid. Ooh, look at this. Silverbridge has sent a war party. Been sent to raid my domain. Interesting. Okay, so those free cities aren't too happy with me. I wonder if this is the war party. Well, we'll just keep our eyes peeled over here. All right, hang on. Let's take a look at our diplomatic overview and do the free city thing. So, yeah, so again, with Sorcerer's Solace, we want to boost the allegiance. That's going to cost a lot of our Imperium, though, which we are trying to save up, but might be worth it just to get things going and try to get them as our vassal. And it looks like here someone's ahead of us. So that is the symbol, I believe, of... Who is that? Oh, that's Terran. So you can see here, Terran is ahead of us in this situation. Now, if we boost it, I don't know how much closer that's going to get us. You know, it might be wasted. It'd be a real shame to waste all this Imperium. Boost negotiations by adding half of the required allegiance to the next diplomatic state. So that would take us to, what, 13 or 12 turns instead of 25, I guess? Bellstar, no one else has contact with. So maybe we just leave the stone with them? I mean, it's... I don't know. We're not competing with anybody, so maybe we just leave it there. I don't know. This is a tough call because, again, you know, I could just save it for these massive Empire, you know, Empire development upgrades, which are very, very huge. This is a one-time thing, though, if we boost it. I'm hemming and hawing. You know what? Let's just do it. Okay, great. It looks like we've at least maybe caught up. You know, I mean, who knows if that was worth it or not in the long run, but I guess we'll find out. Okay. We made our choice. Let's see. Foreign Dust produced the Wizard Tower. We have to set production. Of course, we can do that later on. Oh, yeah, we can summon our Lesser Snow Spirit. You know what? Let's not do that right this second because I want to first double check and see if we're going to need casting points. Although I guess it's combat versus not combat casting points. But mana, at least. Let's go see this Forbidden Shrine if we can. I'm a little nervous because we only have one tier 3 unit in this group. Let's see. Resolve an event and fight in which you can only bring one army. So I'm a little nervous about this. Let's take a look. You and your retinue approach the Forbidden... Okay, you hear eerie combat... eerie chanting coming from within and hooded figures of ritual. Okay, group is summoning something big and otherworldly. Ugh. You wonder if you should allow the summoning ritual to continue or stop it before it's too late. So I could delay the ritual. Okay, look at this. So, yeah, this is considered a risky battle. If I stop it now, demonic summoning is active. What does that do? In 5 turns, a Baylor will be summoned on the defender's side. Oh my god, that's a tier 5 unit. So we'd have to try and win the battle in 5 turns. And we're at a disadvantage. You know what? I don't think I can risk this. We just aren't strong enough, sadly. Alright, well, again, it was worth exploring. I wonder, can we head north here? It doesn't look like there's an easy way to go through. But you know what? We'll check it out next turn and see if we can get over to safe word there. Because that would be fantastic if we can. Then we can have both our armies go and deal with Kaer's city. That's a shame that we're not quite strong enough for that. Wonder is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so nothing else is really boosted at this point. So probably, I mean, we could do the archer battlements. Or arcane battlements again, but that's not boosted. I am kind of thinking that might not be the worst idea, just because we are going to probably come under attack here potentially in the next little bit. Boy, I would love to just keep getting Imperium boosting, like from this Wizard Tower level 1. Why don't we do the battlements first? 2 turns. I mean, let's just get it done. It's boosted. Okay, we can't annex anything else just yet, so we'll have to leave that alone. Eventually, we have to do this quest as well, this Harbingers of Misfortune, before we forget about it. All right, so spell is ready to go. Why don't we summon our Lesser Snow Spirit right here. Oops. So we want to go right there. Nice. Again, the idea is just we're building up a bit more units to add in to the battle with Sarah's group when we go down and start attacking the city. And if we can move Straelak over as well, that's going to be huge. But I'm not confident we're going to be able to do that. So adding more units is going to be helpful in that regard. All right, well, let's start working on another Snow Spirit. Cool. And then this unit can just stay put. This guy's already done his thing. So that's going to end our turn. So kind of a short turn. Again, let's just quickly go back to the diplomatic overview. Do we want to keep that with Bellstar? I mean, I don't know. I mean, 34 turns. It's probably not. I think I'm just going to withdraw it at this point, honestly. Yeah. And then let's see if we can apply it to one of our own cities and what kind of benefit we would get. I think I go here, and then I would say give Whispering Stone. So passively improve city stability by 2 per turn up to a maximum bonus of 20. The city's currently considered unstable, but again, we're not suffering any negative penalties from that. The only thing is, giving this isn't going to suddenly put us into a position where the city is happy. Whereas over here, if we did it, I think, let's see, city stability, you have to get to 10 to 39 to be stable. So maybe we give it to Redfjorn at this point where we'll get more benefit out of it because it might actually bump us up a little bit from neutral to stable. So let's do that. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that logic kind of makes sense. And again, because we are the Dark Society, we don't get that penalty if the stability becomes negative. So we don't have to worry about it so much. But if we can get it positive, we will get that benefit. So that's my thought process. Okay, let's see. So we got that Stonemason done. We got another Snow Spirit ready to go. Oh, and look at this. Okay. Oh, Kaer himself has moved up above ground now. Here we go. Let's see what we've got. So, boy, we could go here. And you know what? We can engage him in battle, and he is going to be by himself. Oh, Kaer, you poor guy. I don't feel too bad for him. We're going to be able to just do this. Let's do it. We can put him into the void and then siege his city. Boy, this is going to be great. All right, let's see. Presumably he's going to throw some spells at us, but maybe not. So we definitely want to use our Sundering Curses for sure. This is one of those situations where we can probably kind of fall back a little bit. We've got Summon Elemental. This summons a random Tier 3 Elemental unit for 3 turns. You know what? Sure, let's do that. Nice. Okay, we got a full-blown Snow Spirit. We could send him up. He's kind of expendable because he's a combat summon, so we'll just let them come to us now. You know what? We can even just charge in there really gung-ho if we wanted. Although I would love for them to get in range of this cursing ability. So maybe we move our warlocks up. Move our other units up just to provide defense for them. Hero can advance. Our bone golem can move up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just jump right in there, I think, with our... Yeah, our big boy. There we go. All right, so let's end it there. And hopefully they just engage the elemental target, but let's see. Oh, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Nice and easy there. Okay. Now, we should be able to throw our curses on... Oh, yeah. Big one there. And then let's do it again. Excellent. Now he is nice and fragile. Very nice. There's the big kill that we needed. And that does it. So I wonder, is that now enough to kick him out of the game? Let's see. Maybe he hasn't migrated his throne city? I'm not sure. Killing Kaer was enough to end the battle. Nice. Okay, we did it. Here we go. So, celebrating the defeat of Kaer the Enchanter. You have crumbled the last defenses of Kaer Enchanter and cast him into the astral void, banishing him from this realm. Whatever schemes had in the works, none of them shall come to fruition. The last of his misguided troops flee to hide in the hills and woods. Find themselves at your mercy. Whatever the future holds, how will you commemorate? Okay, so we get to decide... Oh, look at this. We got some Imperium. We get to decide what we want to do to be able to gain some benefit from this. Spiritually guide to Mage Haven. Good character alignment. So we'd lose mana, but we'd get good... we would get good alignment. Apply the fading craftsmanship of Kaer Enchanter to make Thorndusk rise high. We would get 191 production. It would instantly finish production. We'd get some evil alignment. Then we could hold a parade where we're going to lose gold but gain Imperium. Now, that's what I want. I want Imperium. So we're going to do that. Very cool. Well, it's neat when you defeat an opponent, you kind of get something extra for it. You can also let the moment pass, and then you don't really get anything. So I'm going to do this where I spend the gold and get the Imperium. And again, the goal here is just to really build up more Imperium for me. Oh, that's excellent. So we've knocked out Kaer Enchanter. Now, I'm not sure what becomes of his city if we jump back underground. I guess Safeword is now an independent city. It becomes like a free city. Let's take a look. Yeah, there it is. So now it's just the Lizard Industrialist free city. I think it's probably worth still going, sieging it, and trying to take control of it if possible. Now, this is excellent. We have a ton of Imperium, so let's go into our Empire development. Oh, boy, and here we go. Big choices to make. Yeah, Court of Whispers would be great to get that extra Whispering Stone, but I think the one I'm really the most interested in is going to be this boost of knowledge right off the bat here. That's going to be really good for us. Yeah, and it's 250 Imperium, so we'd use it all, but I think it's worth it. So let's do that. I'm just double checking. Oh, Forced March is available. Yeah, let's do the knowledge boost here. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, so no research is currently set. We've got a huge knowledge surplus, so we go in here, we should be able to just pick... let's see, we've got Ice Coffin, Frost Arrows. Let's grab Frost Arrows, I guess. Okay, nice. We've still got... Oh, nice. Now we get to pick our next tome. So, here's the big decision. Tome of the Doom Herald. This is a tier 2 tome. I think we've already looked at that one. I don't know if we have access to any tier 3 tomes. Let me see. Shadow Affinity. Tome of the Cold Dark or Great Transformation. That you need one more to unlock. So, let's see. Doom Herald. Let's see if that's one we're interested in. If it's not, we might choose a different affinity, actually. Let's see. We would summon Banshee. A Vengeful Spirit. So, yeah. Now, they are a tier 3 unit, but we are gaining the ability to summon one from Necromancy. Prelude of Doom. Target enemy army gains 3 demoralize. Cause Despair. This is, let's see. Cruel Weaponry. 30% damage against units with morale of low or worse, which would go right along with Cause Despair. Joy Siphoners. Deal 3 morale per hit. Honestly, this one doesn't really interest me all that much. Doom Depth Trench. Yeah, mana and knowledge. What was that? +3 mana and knowledge for each alignment level below neutral. Oh, that's interesting. So that actually kind of would be good because I am pretty evil. Cruel Weaponry. Hero gains 30% damage against... Yeah, so it's the morale thing. Let's go back to all tomes and just take a look here at what some of our options are. We hide this. Might be nice to just do a bit of, exploring here and see what else we could get. I mean, again, I really don't have a lot of experience with any of these tomes, so, I could spend a lot of time looking at this, but I'm not really sure what would be a good choice here. So let's just look maybe at the tier 2 tomes and see if any of these are really jumping out at me. Like, let's see the Tome of Artificing here. Ooh, Iron Golem. Okay. Highly defensive shield unit that is immune to negative status effects and protects allies from them. This might be nice just to have a really powerful shield unit. Morale, melee strike. The Golem Mine, special improvement. Spawns an Iron Golem on the owner's side for combat in this domain. Oh, that's cool. Golem Assistant. Start combat with an Iron Golem Assistant. Tier 1 fighter unit. That could be a nice little upgrade just to add an extra unit to the stack. City gains fortification health, repeater bow, siege magic. Grants enchanted units 10% damage, siege breaker, dealing extra fortification damage during a siege, demolisher, making them able to destroy reinforced obstacles. This would be great for those battle mages and support units, making them better in sieges. That could be really good. Construct bolt repeaters. So that's like a siege upgrade, it looks like. What about Tome of Winds? Let's see that one. Summon Wind Rager. This is a tier 2 unit. Not that excited about it. Zephyr Archer production. Probably most interested in either going with one of the other 2 affinities that I have some already with. If I'm not going to go with Doom Herald, probably interested in going with, and I'm sorry I'm taking so much time on this, but I think it's worth at least looking at these, trying to figure out what might be the best choice. I will quickly look at the Chaos affinity here. Summon Gremlin. It's a tier 2 unit. Mark of Misfortune. Makes base attacks of enchanted units inflict misfortune. Oh, it increases the chance to fumble. Yeah, this one doesn't really interest me. Revelry. Scald. A support unit that ensures the Revelry never stops by inspiring your units. So this kind of has like a morale boosting effect when they kill a unit. Revels of Carnage. That is pretty... Blood Fury would be just like a straight-up upgrade. Melee and physical range attacks gain +2 physical damage. So it is like a straight-up boost for your units. But let's go and check out the Astral affinity, because I do have a little bit of that coming in now. So let's see. We've got Scrying and we've got Amplification. Let's see what Scrying is. Oh, nice. You can summon a Watcher. Very cool. That's super cool. Lightning Bolt, Psychic Gaze. It's considered a battle mage unit. It's considered ethereal. It's got spirit resistance, but it's got lightning weakness, looks like. So what does this one do? So scry enemy. All enemies in the target army provide you with vision for 15 turns. That's pretty amazing. Mental mark. Target enemies in a 1-hex radius gain marked and sundered resistance. Tower of True Sight. The city achieves true sight, making it possible to spot invisible or camouflaged enemies. Guided projectiles. Ignore accuracy penalties from the obscuring condition. That could be good for any of my range type units. Let's see amplification here. Conjure Amplification Pylon. Stationary structure that deals damage and increases the damage of your spells by 50%, and it lasts for 3 turns. So it's a combat summon. Now that could work really well with a lot of my spells that I'm using in battle. Amplified arrows. You do extra lightning damage, but less physical damage. And it can spread to other units. Amplify mines. Let's see. It's a sustained city spell. You get more knowledge, but less stability. But that doesn't affect me, really, because I don't care about stability so much, since I don't get any negative effects of it. Minor race transformation. Makes magic being to flow through the veins of the target race, granting them attunement fortune, which increases critical hit chance when spells are cast. Chain lightning. I remember that spell from Age of Wonders 3. We got frenzying focus. Grants enchanted units frenzy, which increases damage dealt when they attack. And it would affect battle mage and support units. You know, that's not bad, but the big one would be this amplification pylon that I'd be most interested in. Maybe the amplified arrows as well. That wouldn't be too bad. Let me go back to, again, I know I'm sorry I'm taking so long on this, but I think it's worth really trying to make a good decision here. I'm leaning towards maybe artificing, or I didn't really look at any of the other ones here for the other types, like the nature affinity. I think I'm going to leave those for another time. And I'm not checking out the order affinity either. Kind of directly opposed to that, actually. Man, some of these tomes sound cool. Tome of the Reaper. Boy, I'm hoping I get to check some of those out later. That'll be really cool. So let's go back. As I was saying before, I think the one I'm leaning to the most is probably the Tome of Artificing, or one of the astral ones. So let's just see. The Tome of Winds really didn't interest me too much, but the Tome of Artificing definitely does. This Siege Magic would be a great upgrade for my battle mages. Yeah, having Siege Breaker, just, you know, when they're part of the army, you get +1 fortification damage, which in and of itself is huge. And then just the extra damage for them would be great. And having an Iron Golem would be cool as a producible shield unit. I really don't have many that are good at this point. Artisan armaments, and I mean, enchant, yeah, and it would just mean more critical hit chance for most of my units, which is a pretty big deal. So it's either, I think it's going to be either this one, and that Golem Mine too is pretty enticing. It's going to be this one, or either Amplification or Scrying. Let's see what we get here. Resonance Fields. Oh, you get extra casting points. That could be pretty good. Spell makes tactical spells deal +20% damage for a hero. That's pretty good. Plus you get extra casting points either way there. Precognition. This is an adept hero skill. Physical and ranged attacks and magic attacks ignore accuracy penalties from obscuring. Versus amplification. Oh, you know, this is a tough one. You know, okay, this might be a bit controversial, but I think I'm going to go with Artificing as my tome here. Maybe this isn't the best choice, but I think it's going to go pretty well, actually. I like these upgrades, so I'm going to do it. Maybe not the best choice, but let's do it.
Artifice, I like to
Sorry that took so long for me to hem and haw over, but
of genius made physical. To translate something as intangible as an idea into a working, walking automaton is truly a magnificent thing. When one can turn such creations into behemoths, marrying machine with magic that can level or raise a city, they may veritably claim the title of Artificer.
now I noticed that quote is from Edward Portsmouth. He was one of the playable like leaders in that was pre-built in Age of Wonders 3. That's kind of cool. Yeah, he was a dreadnought. So yeah, we've got research choices here. I think having the artisan armaments would be good. The iron golem would be good as well. So why don't we grab the iron golems to start with? Actually, maybe let's grab the artisan armaments first, and then we can do the iron golem after. We'll lock that one, and we'll grab the artisan armaments. All right. So, I still think probably we need to head underground and check out that free city. So why don't we group up here with our summoned snow spirits? We can head underground and see what's going on. Meanwhile, down here, now, probably not necessary for Straelak to head over there as well. So maybe we move Straelak back up above ground, and we head down here towards this outpost, and maybe we go to war with Terran. And we don't really have much of a war justification. We do have with Iska, but maybe as we move closer, she'll insult me or something, and then we can have more justification. I do notice it looks like there might be a spawning structure here, though. So maybe we should actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's clear out this garbage first, then. Be a good chance to gain some experience as well, hopefully. Yeah, that should be reasonable. Okay. Nice. Summon Corrupt Soul is now complete. Oh, that's excellent. And yeah, we're already working on artisan armaments. Frost arrows is done. And you know what? Now, let's see. Spells ready to cast. We could cancel this one and start working on... Well, we probably want to get frost arrows actually up and going as well. Just to improve our archer attacks a little bit. It also affects our skirmisher units, which are our snow spirits. The Corrupt Soul, I'm excited to have this unit for sure, so we want to start summoning them. That is going to eat into our soul economy a fair bit, but that's all right. Let's see, if we start working on Summon Corrupt Soul, yeah, let's do that. We'll keep Lesser Snow Spirit in reserve. And once we have this up and running, we'll do the Frost Arrows after that. Okay. Redfjorn produced that Stonemason, so let's see what's up next for them. We almost have this Dark Knight ready to go, which is pretty exciting. Let's see. Oh, nice. Ritual Mausoleum. That would help with city stability income, mana income. Stone walls for fortification purposes. What else we got? Blacksmith for draft income. Arcane Institute would be good for that knowledge boost. Doesn't look like we have anything boosted currently, which is too bad. Yeah, you know what? Building one of these Dark Forges would probably be a good idea, because that would give us the benefit here. You see we have this +7 draft per adjacent quarry or mine. And we have a whole bunch of mines. Like we have, I think, 3. You can see we have 1, 2, 3 mines. So if we were to get hold of this province here and then build the Dark Forge right here, that wouldn't be so bad. And then a soul well would also probably be a good choice. But let's see. Maybe we want to just go with something a little bit more basic here. Overlord's Tower would give us mana and draft income. Kind of like that Ritual Mausoleum, though. We've already given the Whispering Stone to Redfjorn. Maybe we double down on that and just try to really boost our city stability. Let's do it. Again, maybe that's a stupid idea, but I think it might work. Oh, nice. And Forndust can annex another province. So here's an opportunity where we could grab this conduit, or, and this might actually be better now that I'm thinking more about it, we go back into building structures. Maybe we should focus on something that's going to boost the production of other things. The only problem is then we can't build the monolith, but I mean, that's all right. Like for the stonemason, we would need 2 farms. For the underground lab, 2 farms. Granary, 2 foresters. We can't even build the armory until we have 2 foresters, so maybe we do another forester. We could build the forester here, but then that means we're not going to have a conduit anywhere else. That's the only thing. And I would love to annex this because it does have that mana node, which would increase our mana income. Maybe I should just go with the conduit there, because otherwise I'm not going to have a spot to put a conduit. Unless maybe I go with any of these count. That's a research post. That's a quarry. Or, sorry, that's a mine. And that's a mine as well. So I don't have a way to build an equivalent. So, you know what? All right, I talked myself into it. Even though it's not going to boost anything, let's go with the conduit here. Again, maybe that's a stupid idea. But I think that's going to work for this situation. Also, I should keep an eye on if that army ever makes it over here from Silverbridge. Lesser snow spirits ready to go. Yeah, we're ignoring that for now. Hop back underground here. Now, how are we able to get there? We have to wait till next turn. So, I think we're going to hold that spell in reserve for now. And we'll end the turn there. I think that's a good spot to end it. So, very cool. We picked our new tome, which, again, going back into the Materium side of things for the first time. All right, so what's happened? Other rulers started a war. Oh, isn't this interesting? Oh, and look at this. We received a message from Terran. Makes it clear they will declare war soon unless you appease them. They cite the following reasons. I'm considered a threat. You know what? That's fine. I actually hope that Terran does declare war on me, and then that's easy peasy. So we're going to just say goodbye and say, all right, cool. Let's see. Well, rulers can attack each other. Okay, so this is interesting. Terran and Iska are back at war, and they probably were at war before or very close to being, it would seem. Okay, so the Terran is now back at the Throne City, which is somewhere down here. Well, that's good to know. We kind of know where that Throne City is now, at least. But let's figure out our situation first and see if we can get a hold of this other city. So first we're going to jump underground, and let's initiate the siege here of Safeward. Okay. Free city details. Let's see. We want to maybe add some siege projects, perhaps. You know, it's probably not worth spending a ton on this, but let's see. So we'll have this done fairly, only 2 turns. So why don't we just throw in some gold to harass the defenders a little bit, and that should probably be sufficient, honestly. Don't really want to spend a ton of money on this thing, so I think that's going to be good enough for us. Okay, we'll close that. We will grab our units above ground here, send them... Oh, and we can't enter because we're sitting on it. Is that right? Right, we are. So we'll move over. There we go. And we'll jump back up above ground, and we will now enter... There, now we've got our additional stack to help us out. Spell-wise, nice. We're ready to summon a Corrupt Soul. Now, this might be a good opportunity to throw it in for this siege here. We can give it to our group here. It would be nice to get another Tier 3 unit in with a Straelak, though. So let's check out this unit. Oh, that's very cool. I like the way they look here. Crushing Anguish. Target unit with morale of low or worse has a chance of dying instantly. Oh, see, this might have actually gone well with the morale lowering of that Shadow Tome. But, oh well, that's all right. If the unit does not die, it sustains 30 frost damage instead. Wow. Very cool. Hopelessness. For each morale level an attacker has below neutral, this unit gains +1 defense, +1 resistance. Wow. Yeah, if I'd have known that, maybe I'd have picked that other tome. But, oh well. Let's see. So it's considered ethereal. It's immune to a lot of effects. It's considered a fighter, floating, magic origin, and of course being undead. So very cool. What I'm probably going to do here is I might... next turn I'll juggle the squad so that the that tier 3 undead is in the main stack rather than being in the side stack. Alright, so let's do some fighting here. It's been a while since we've had a bunch of battles, so this is good to get some fighting back in. Alright, so let's just double check what we're up against here. Okay, so we've got the tier 2 Wild Speaker, which is a support unit. Alright, good to know. Razorback. Alright, so nothing too fancy. Snow Spirit has taken a bit of punishment, it looks like, already. So, put the Night Guard up front, and let's throw on a Restore here. Very nice. Our Storm Spirit can move up as well. We want our Warlock in a good position, as well as our Pursuer. Go like that. And that should do it. So as they get closer, we'll start blasting them with Curse and everything. Oh, look at this. Moving into a position to be able to... Oh, interesting. They had a combat summon. Okay. Well, we can deal with that. Alright, let's throw that Sundering Curse on. Very nice. And you know what? We might as well use Dark Ritual. Oh, shoot. We can't quite reach that far. That's alright. One thing we can do, though, is step up. Give him a Magic Blast. Very nice. Oh, yeah. We'll do some heavy damage if we're able to. Let's just advance here. Are we in range yet? Not quite. Let's see if we go one more with these guys. There we go. All right, let's see if we can soften them up a little more. Perfect. Oh, yeah, and then there's the big kill. Excellent. We got regen on our Storm Spirit now as well. Move our Night Guard up like that. And Snow Spirit actually can sit right there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to back the Snow Spirit up just a little bit. There we go. We'll end it there. Looks like they can move down this way, so... Oh, maybe they can't. I might have misread that. Nice, good pikeman attacks there. Very good. Resisted the bleeding. That's what we need there. Let's see. We can hit him with some pretty good damage here. And then let's follow that up with some bow shots. Maybe the kill. Not quite, but close. And we'll hit him with a freezing burst. Perfect. Alright, so now we're in a good position to be able to hopefully... Let's see, can we get a... Nice. Oh, resisted the weaken. That's okay, though. Oh, very good, though. We can get up in there with our pikemen. Perfect. And they have Cavalry Slayer, which makes that a lot easier. Let's see, we can move up here, and then we can do this. Perfect. And then, oh, look at that. And there's the kill. Excellent. Oh, fantastic. There's a little bit of... And it looks like Straelak might have leveled up there. Let's just take a look at him here. I think he leveled up. Yeah, he did. Very cool. Alright, so we got some choices to make here. You know, Golem Assistant wouldn't be the worst thing ever to start with this Iron Golem Assistant. Unholy Leader, non-hero undead units have plus 10% damage. I quite like that. And yeah, these just straight upgrades for the like strength training. All non-hero units gain plus 10% damage. Soul Collector. Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably going to go with strength training, honestly. That's pretty solid. Alright, perfect. Now, let's move over to the den itself, which is guarded but not super well guarded. And we should be able to do this one manually. take this thing out. That way, if we did eventually want to put a outpost down here, we'd be able to do it. And not have to worry about it being attacked or anything. Alright, well, we'll let them just come to us, but first things first, we'll throw on our restore to our pikemen. Very good. And then we'll just kind of form up. We can group up our units here a little bit. Like that. And that's going to do it. There's that combat summon again. Oh, and they both have it. Well, that makes things a little bit more complicated. We can throw a curse onto the first unit in line there. And then, you know what? I'm kind of inclined to maybe just charge in there and start putting the hurt on them, really. I mean, this guy can jump right in there and just blast this one into oblivion. And get regeneration while he's at it, which is great. You know what? We'll step over with a Snow Spirit. Hit him with a Freezing Burst. Nice, we froze him solid. That's huge. Let's step up here. Oh yeah, give him that Magic Blast. Very good. And then we get the kill with our pikemen. Excellent. The archers, I suppose, can move up as well. I don't think they're going to be in range. No, that should be fine. So we'll put them there. Get that defensive tactics going, and then that's going to end our turn. Alright, so they all moved up. Kind of as expected, really. Alright, so now... there's nothing in our range. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping we'd be able to hit something with our bow attacks here. I'm not sure how long this Gore Tusk... Okay, so it'll only last for 2 more turns, so that makes sense. This is one of those situations where I wouldn't mind maybe just doing this. And the reason being I get a couple of decaying zombies, which now can, you know, get in there and just cause a bit of a ruckus, and they're just expendable units, really. Why don't we do that? We'll just charge in there and cause some chaos. Everyone else can just kind of take a bit of a breather back here, you know, in good cover. Again, I don't mind if these zombies get killed. They're, you know, entirely expendable units, so... Okay, so they're buffing the animal units. Ooh, look at that flank. That was huge. Ouch. Alright, well, we tanked the damage pretty well. I mean, we almost died, but... The zombies, that is, but that's totally fine. The Warlock can throw on a Sundering Curse here. Very nice. And then our zombies here almost get the kill. Let's see. Pretty good. Might as well just hit here, even if we die, whatever. And then, okay, we can get the finish there pretty easily. So maybe we do that with our Snow Spirit even. Oh, we've already used the Freezing Burst, that's right. Alright, well, let's step up here. Hang out in defense. This guy can... let's see, where can we go? Okay, we'll go like this. Yep, that's pretty good. And then our Storm Spirit can move up here and then do this. This is such a good ability, honestly, right here. Perfect. And then finish off the support unit there. Straelak himself can throw on a Restore, perhaps, or just advance like this. Do some damage, but I think it might be better to do a Restore on... Yeah, we'll just do that on the Snow Spirit there. Okay, they went after the decaying zombie. That's totally fine. Alright, so now we should be able to get the finish here pretty well. There's a decaying. So yeah, this is excellent. We'll just move over and start whittling them down here with some damage. Very nice. Same thing here. And then let's see, can we just get the finish? Not quite. So we'll jump over, hit him with a magic blast. And now we can get the finish. Nice and clean. And gathering some more souls, always good. And there's a nice level up for our Storm Spirit, now a silver medal. Nice, look at this, a murder ring. Grants vicious killer and inspiring killer. This unit inflicts double morale penalties when killing an enemy. This unit grants double the morale bonus to its allies when killing an enemy. Yeah, we'll definitely take that. And if, you know what, I wouldn't mind giving that to Sereth here. We'll give her the murder ring. There we go. Nice. Well, we cleared that out pretty well, so that I'm quite happy with that. Now, it looks like there's another thing we could clear out here. Iron deposit. Let's head over there and do that next turn. Forndusk finished its archer battlements. So now the question is, what do we build next? So again, because of my decision making, unfortunately, we don't have anything we can rush production or boost production for. Boy, getting a town hall level 3 would be great, giving us that Dark Knight production capability. Honestly, I'm thinking a Wizard's Tower level 1 wouldn't be bad, just for that Imperium boost. More Imperium income would be very helpful. Let's see. Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking. Let me know in the comments, though, what do you guys think for production? Maybe a stonemason. I'm thinking probably the Wizard Tower level 1. And we'll have 6 turns till we add another population, and then we can grab another province. So maybe between the, I don't know, like the prison cells or the crypts and the Wizard Tower, that will buy us enough time to be able to get another province improvement, and then we can actually boost production of something else. But let me know what you guys think. That's kind of my thought process there. Let me just see if there's anything else. Oh, nice, and we have a Necromancer. Oh, very cool. I'm so excited to have our first Necromancer. With Raise Undead, that's very, very good. Non-undead corpse, you can get a decaying zombie or revive a friendly undead unit. That's super powerful. And you can also buff your own undead, which is huge. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm really looking forward to that. Let's see, spell-wise here. What do we have ready to go? We have that Snow Spirit ready. Let's get Frost Arrows going. So yeah, production is to be decided. We've got the siege in process. I think this is a good place to end it. I mean, we had a lot of good developments this episode. And you know what? We can start building up an army to go and deal with Terran. I think is going to be our next target. Terran's definitely weaker than Iska, it looks like. And real quick, let's just check our diplomatic overview with those free cities once again. Let's see Sorcerer's Solace here. Okay, great. So yeah, we are, it looks like we're probably out in front at least for this Pact of Cooperation. That's going to help us out if we can get another city that ends up being a vassal eventually. I mean, 11 turns sucks. That's going to take a while, but definitely I think still going to be worth potentially doing. So, all right. Good place to leave it. All right. So we'll save it here. Call this one First Series. Episode, whoops, if I could spell, that would be nice. Episode 7. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.